Wrong spelling is wrong. Spelling seems like such a minor thing, but it's actually one of the most problematic issues we deal with in the business world. Bad spelling can put a dent in your professional reputation. Are you ready to explore some of the words that are often misspelled? Occasion. Let's take this occasion to say that there's only one S in this word. The reason is that the sign is actually a form of a chin ending as an action. There's no double T there, no double S here. Grateful. Remember that grateful is based on the word gratitude, not the word great, so it should be spelled accordingly. Keep great out of grateful. Accommodate. To spell this correctly, just remember that there are two sets of double letters, C and M. Pronunciation. Nouns often differ from the verbs they derive from, which is true in this case. Here, the second O has been dropped from the root word pronounce, as well as the E. Tomorrow. Even if you remember the double RS, there's still the temptation to go with two miss. Don't fall for it. Receive. This is also on Oxford Dictionary's top 10 most misspelled words, but it really shouldn't be. We all learned it I before E. But if there is AC, it should be E before I. Acknowledgment. Even though you might be corrected if you slap that E in between the G and the M, this spelling is still right. With the E is the typical British spelling, without the E is American. So unless you're looking for a job across the pond, stick with acknowledgement. Weird. This word is an exception to the rule about I before E except after C. Remember that this word is an exception, though of course exceptions aren't so weird in the English language. It's full of exceptions to the rule. Committee. If this word is your nemesis, remember that it essentially has two of everything, M's, T's, and E's. Occurred. Always two R letters. According to English pronunciation rules, with one R, it would be pronounced as occurred, which means nothing. Fulfill. Fulfill is used a lot if you're in sales, so it pays to spell it correctly. Technically, both spellings, fulfill and fulfill, are correct. Here in the US, though, it's best to go with the first. In the UK, it's the other way around. But wherever you are, never forget that first L. Privilege. Only one E and no D, even though it sounds like it needs it. For the spelling, blame the Romans. That last part "lich" is a form of the word likes, or law with no D, either. Maintenance. It's tempting to take maintain and just attach the suffix "ans." There's a 10 in there instead of a 10. Just memorize this sentence, I have to do it 10 times for proper maintenance. Recommend. Here's another case where double letters confuse people. They often think there are two sets of double letters instead of just one, or none at all. Just keep in mind that this word combines commend with the prefix "re", and it'll spell itself. Until. Even though we know the word till is a word and till isn't, there is only one L in until. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur consistently appears on lists of the most commonly misspelled business words. The problem? It's a French word, so its spelling doesn't fit standard English rules. Most people drop the R in the pre, or transpose it, so it's preneur. Your best bet is just to memorize the spelling. Vacuum. People tend to misspell this word by using two C's and one U, or two of both of these letters. Both are incorrect. To spell vacuum correctly, remember that U is the only double letter in the term. Successful. It's the combos of repeated consonants that can make spelling successful, well, unsuccessful. Just know that it has doubles in the middle, 2 S's, and 2 C's, but only one consonant at the beginning and one at the end. Curiosity. It's an easy mistake. When the adjective includes a U, it feels like the noun should get one as well. Dumbbell. The B in dumb is silent. When dumb and bell are combined to form a compound noun, all of the letters remain. That's why there are 2 B's. Neighbor. The word neighbor invokes a silent GH, as well as the /a/ sound as a rule. This is fraught with error potential. It is one of the designated exceptions to the I before E rule, so the E comes before the I. As far as the G goes, remind yourself to try to be a good neighbor. Embarrass. Spelling this word won't be a cause for embarrassment if you remember that it's large enough for a double R and a double S. Inoculate. This word is often misspelled with a double N. This one sounds like a shot in the eye. Remind yourself that one N in the eye is enough. Nobody needs 2. Necessary. That extra C? So not necessary. This adjective stems from Latin word necessarius, which gets the same basic setup minus the tail end of it. Foreign. The word foreign violates the I before E rule. Remember that something foreign is different from the norm, which is also the case with how this word is spelled. Bizarre. For how uncommon Zs are, double Zs are weirdly common. Buzz, jazz, and fizz use them, which might lead you to think that bizarre does too. Alas, it's the R that's doubled. Harass. This word is too small for 2 sets of double letters, just double the S on the end. Misspell. What is more embarrassing than misspelling the name of the problem? Spelling. Just remember that it is miss plus spell. The S's are in separate syllables so they both stay. But why does misspelling words matter? First of all, if you are a student, then incorrect spellings may well lose you marks. In the wider world, it's all about the impression this creates. It's interesting to note that, in our internet age, communication by text is actually more important than ever before. We're now far more likely to send an email than to make a phone call. Careless spelling on an email creates a bad impression,